Agua, agua, agua.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're starting with an example of why you should always expect the unexpected with venomous snakes.
Te enseño un colmillo. ¿Lo veis, verdad?
See, I've got this crazy theory where I think you should never hold really dangerous stuff like fireworks, extremely venomous snakes, etc. anywhere near your face. There you go.
Agua, 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 agua. Agua, pero agua ya. Siento el ojo, tío.
So this is a Russell's viper whose venom is highly hemotoxic and coagulopathic. I'm not sure what exact species it is, but in any case, it can kill you in some very painful and horrendous ways, including kidney failure and hemorrhaging. But in the eye, I'm quite curious to see what it does.
Hostia, que no veo. Hostia, que no veo. Hostia, que no veo. Que no veo. Tío, dime si hay algo, tío.
Cuidado que está abajo, tío. Tienes un patrón.
¿Eh?
Tienes un derrame, tío. Tienes un derrame.
Es que no veo, tío. No, de verdad, no me digas de coña, tío.
No, tienes.
¿Qué pasa?
Joder, sangre, tío.
It's damaged.
Fran, ¿estás bien?
¿Eh?
He was holding the snake up, showing off its fangs, and the fangs are like hypodermic needles. The venom glands eject the venom under pressure and squirt it into prey once the fangs have pierced. Here he's pushing it against something, it's in midair, it's tried to squirt out some venom because it doesn't know what to do, and the venom squirted in his eyes. Now he has apparently recovered from this and is okay, but I'm not sure if there was any long-term damage to his sight.
It's a black mamba.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think black mambas are bigger.
That's a black mamba gun.
Is it?
The mouth is black inside.
Is it?
That's a very cool defensive tactic by the bullfrog because it's similar to what a lot of North American toads do with hognose snakes. And like the hognose snakes, the boomslang is a rear-fanged or a pisphoglyphous snake, but its fangs are quite near the eye. So for a rear-fanged snake, its fangs are quite far forward. And from that footage, I'm not entirely sure if it actually got a purchase, if it got a decent bite on the bullfrog or not. So let me know what you think in the comments.
Oh, he got me.
Oh.
That sucks. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm good.
That's a classic example of how a small to medium-sized alligator can be incredibly powerful. I just feel lucky that it didn't get a good spin and he didn't actually get his wrist broken in multiple places. By the way, if you're enjoying this video and you'd like me to do more, please don't forget to subscribe and like. If everyone subscribed, we'd be at 100k within weeks. Wow. That was a curtain web spider, which is a large spider in the same infraorder, the Myglomorphae, as tarantulas and trapdoor spiders. And they do these amazing elaborate webs. I've got to admit that I would really like to have one as a pet, but I've never seen one attack like that. I've seen them grab the Morio worms, just like tarantulas do, but I've never seen it do that before. I'm really curious to know why. I think maybe it felt a mix of hunger and threat from the size of the prey. Even with a glove on, that would suck. That one made me laugh as well because someone in the comments said, guess what? Even on a boat, I'm still a shark.
Man, he's been savage.
The fisherman was astounded when he realized his swordfish was covered in bites. The fish has 50 bite-sized chunks taken out of him, and these bites come from a cookie-cutter shark. This is a small parasitic shark that doesn't kill its victims but takes bites out of.
So cute.
And imagine how painful that must be for the swordfish to swim around with. If he gets tired or injured, more cookie cutters will come up and take bites out of him. So if your prized swordfish ends up looking like this, you know why.
Cookie cutter sharks are incredibly interesting. They're incredibly specialized. They do literally swivel and cut out a clean plug of flesh, and it's quite horrendous to see when it's on like a seal or something like that. It's just another example of how sharks have diversified into so many different niches because they've been around for so long. They are incredibly fascinating creatures. Unfortunately, there have been a couple of cases of cookie cutter sharks attacking humans as well. I believe it was in Hawaii.
There's a rattlesnake in the driveway. Right.
Hold on, guys. I'll be back in a flash.
And now it's small.
Okay, so before we go any further, I think I need to say a couple of things. One, this channel doesn't have a political leaning. It never will do, because as soon as I adopt a political leaning, it will exclude a section of people, and I want education to be available to everyone. Two, remember that this person has the money to pay any medical bills outside of insurance. Definitely unnecessary at this point. It could have just been let go from the bucket somewhere. Though obviously not having a leaning on this channel means that we don't do ass kissing or any of that stuff, and I just say exactly what I see. That's what I've done the whole time. There I saw some pretty awful and pretty irresponsible handling, which would not be an example for anyone to follow. However, you should all thank your lucky stars that he didn't join the side of the snake haters who want to kill rattlesnakes whenever they see them.
So remember, even though these guys are awful for the Everglades, they're still not as bad as your average wildland developer. Both need to be kicked out of Florida, I'd say.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, it's good to keep perspective. Sometimes the pythons are demonized because they do massive damage, but a bulldozer can do even more damage. When you see stuff like this, it's usually coming down to a territorial dispute, you know, asserting their dominance in a little patch of turf. And honestly, I think the buffalo did really well because that rhinoceros has a huge size advantage and it's basically a tank, armored from head to toe, whereas the buffalo is relying on a pair of horns and a lot of strength. I think it did well, to be fair.
Oh, get. Roll. Oh, man.
You launched me off.
Holy crap. That was the most badass thing I've seen in a while.
That was pretty badass, the way he rolled off and managed to get away with no injuries. I think it's wild to think sometimes when we see cops in a lot of these videos, they're doing jobs that weren't part of their job description. They're just called for everything. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Creepy bastards. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop there when they get the acupuncture needles out. At first I saw that video and I thought it was like a relaxing food preparation video, but the shrimp is alive, so that's a live animal. It adds this dimension of creepiness and cruelty to it. Oh boy. AI has a lot to answer for lately. That clip actually scared me because it's so incredibly stupid, but there were so many people that believed it was real. There's people going, those animals appreciate how they've been cared for.
Guys, we have come across the biggest king cobra, arguably on the planet at the moment. This snake is absolutely majestic. It almost doesn't even have words, you know? To be this close to a beast, and you're probably wondering why I'm so close. Some people will say, oh, they probably got his fangs ripped out, he has no venom. This snake was caught like a week ago in the wild, you know? His name is Sen Long, and obviously he's long, but man, a majestic creature. Hi, bud.
An interesting clip from someone I've featured on this channel before because he gets a lot of attention from doing things with dangerous animals and reptiles in particular. And at first you think this is quite amazing really, talking about a majestic animal and respecting it and showing that love and respect for the animal. And then you notice two things. First is that the snake was caught a week ago and it's been named. This isn't about wild conservation, is it? Second, he feels the need to touch it on the head when it doesn't need touching. So it's not about educational respect either.
Do you know about the candiru?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how they have to get it out?
No.
Okay, so it's this tiny parasitic catfish in the Amazon, and what it does is it's attracted to urea, which comes out of fish's gills. But because it's attracted to urea, will swim up your urethra. Now that's all fine and well, but it has reversed facing spines, so once it swims in, there's no swimming back out. The same spines it uses to lodge into fish gills. Once it's lodged in, the only way to get it out is to butterfly and lift it out.
Oh, God.
I'm not even going to say it.
Forrest Gallant, what he is saying there is what everyone has been told for the past like 30, 40 years about this tiny catfish. Now scientists are coming out and saying that they'd like to challenge the idea that it is attracted to urea. They think that might be bogus. They also want to challenge the fact that it swims up your urethra, and they also want to challenge the one well-documented or supposedly documented case of a doctor removing one or a surgeon removing one. It could be true and very poorly documented, or it could all be completely bogus. Well, that's going to do it for today. I thought that was a pretty entertaining lineup, so I'll be back again next week. Thank you very much.